Hello guys, I'm Fajar Indarto and this is my final speaking action. After watching this film, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, I will share my opinion about this film and following the question below. First question, what is the message of the film and connect and tourism? Uh, for relation in the tourism industry in our country, the landscape of our country charm is not as good and beautiful. But in terms of management, our management is still far from abroad. Although it is only slightly illustrated, but can be seen even though in remote village as well as facilities and their sporting facilities they are quite good, complete, and the access route are pretty good and clean and as illustrated in Iceland in the movie. Second question, how many types of transportation does Walter Mitty use for her travels? Uh, Walter Mitty get 7 modes of transportation that Mitty use, such as like the plane. He go to Greenland, where the plane from New York there are only 2 passengers, Mitty and Old Man, and where the airport Greenland is very small, just like house. And in the Greenland, where at the time were only blue and red cars, small cars, and this is a car rent, and Mitty chose the red car. And helicopter, yeah, we may remember the helicopter. I just remember the name. The helicopter is a Tukalik, where the pilot is crazy drunk, and they still fly into the storm to get the ship. And the ship, the name is maybe like a Russian action, maybe like a Erkik was rescued and crew helped the Mitty resume travel with the ship and get journey again to Iceland, where there was a conversation with a dialect that was quite difficult to say, but I became a reference to trekking sand. And I also tried to memorize the sentence, but it was I still difficult like uh, Ayvailakul is his name a volcano. Ayvailakul is difficult sentence, difficult accents. Yeah. After arriving in Iceland, Mitty used a bicycle to head to the next area, and where Mitty must fight over the crew of the ships. And after arriving at the first village, Mitty was told by the hotel guard that Chen, yes, photographer Chen, just been delivered to the airport by the hotel owner. To catch up, finally Mitty exchanged to the dolls given by her sister for a longboard like a skateboard. After persuading the children who ordered the longboard, while traveling down to the next village with a longboard. Yeah. We were truly treated to an incredible view of Iceland. There was a pretty funny conversation when in Iceland when the hotel guard panicked when a mountain eruption, but he said erection, not eruption, and that is enough to make me laugh. And the last time, Miti used the bus when heading to the Himalayas in the Afghanistan region. Something that I experienced when I was in Nepal, where on the bus we would find chicken and sheep. And third question, what kind of trip does we have? I think Miti trip is a business trip, but where it all becomes an extraordinary adventure. And for question, how many places Miti visit? He visit first Greenland and then Iceland and Afghanistan in the Himalayas mountains, and LA, Los Angeles, and back to the New York again. Five question. After watching the film, what aspect do you want to change from the Indonesian tourism? Maybe it's, I think, as important like attraction, facilities, infrastructure, and transportation. Is, I think, is important to change in tourism industry in the Indonesia. And the aspect that I want to change is the mindset of the community by strengthening tourism awareness. When aware that the tour is good, other patterns will also follow, from service, hospitality, understanding of all knowledge product, and most importantly also mastering English. And where when they're foreign tourists, as a person who sells service must certainly be able to explain everything clearly. When tourists get information clearly, accompanied by good service, friendly, and it will certainly be unforgettable memory for tourists. Tourists today are not looking for a star hotel or resort. They are prefer tools that smell natural, blend, or certainly safe. And it become our duty of the tour operators. Speaking of government facilities currently struggling to do the best, we together let's prepare ourselves and extraordinary abilities. And last question, what can you say about the film? And explain in detail in what aspect does the film look good or bad. Honestly, this is film for me is a very good film, special and meaningful. This film gives a message that is quite extraordinary for me personally. How we how we live life, respect life, love people around us, and fight for our lives, and choose we care about with heart and truly, and complete all this work until all our works and dreams come true, even as hard and as heavy as any. And one of the essence of the film in the end, this gives me a lesson that lingering in the comfort zone is not good. Try to pursue your dreams, and don't forget, always serve your mother. Walter Mitty conveys important message in life, so that we stop dreaming and start making it happen immediately. And the secret life of Walter Mitty teaches us that life cannot be enjoyed only from one side. I think the secret life in the Walter Mitty movie. And aspect will talk about aspect the secret life of Walter Mitty, we'll probably assume that this is film seem boring and ordinary. However, the director can package the film with a very epic that can invite the audience to adventure, dream, imagine with Walter Mitty, so as to provide a variety of different emotion in each skin. On the other hand, the selection of each player is in accordance with the storyline of this film and blends with the character. In addition, Ben added elements of comedy adapted to dramatic action and that further strengthened and the adventure side of this film. Mm, Things like that make everything contained in this film imprint on our mind as a film that is inspiring and imaginative. Um, in the term of plot, the story written by Steve Conrad presents a simple story with a flowing plot and that is comfortable and not easy to guess, but does not make the audience have to think hard. Um, from here, you can see how Ben brought his character is Walter Mitty. He was able to enrich the visual and characterization of Walter Mitty. His figure is someone who is boring and learns to get out of his comfort zone. Is able to portray the way he community, body language, eye, and also the delivery of dialogue that makes this film come alive. Um, and in addition of the audience presenting such a beautiful display by applying techniques and theory of photography that are very precise and amazing for me. Not just surprisingly, in this film, the visual in the main value, and the type that does not go unnoticed from my observation is a custom selection has become one of the most influential aspect in the film, including in this film. He illustrates the character of Walter Mitty through the style and color of the clothing, like shirt, jacket, sweater, t-shirt, and other property that support the character played by Ben Stiller. The style and color indirectly manage to bring out emotion, enthusiasm, and now spurring a spend life for the audience. So there is nothing that give a bad effect in this film, and all my opinion is positive. The last sentence. The secret life of Walter Mitty teaches you that life cannot be enjoyed only from one side. Thank you for watching and see you again. Bye bye.